Why man lives in a constant state of anxiety. A subset of the population seeks help for anxiety disorders. This implies something quite profound. What it implies is that those who do not seek such help feel that they are not under the spell of anxiety. Man believes that he experiences anxious episodes, when the truth is that his entire life is one unending anxious episode. It is not that he lives in freedom and occasionally experiences anxiety. It is actually that he is anxious and momentarily experiences an episode of freedom. But he doesn't see this. Why? Because the things that are closest to us are the things that are most difficult to see. The things that we get accustomed to are the things we call normal. And why should someone seek help for that which is normal? When a man has known nothing else, his state of existence is his norm. For there are no alternatives to compare it to. And it is sometimes a single glimpse of understanding that affords him the insight that forever transforms his life. Perhaps for one person and one person alone, this discourse may serve as this glimpse. Your entire life, almost every inch of it, from morning through sleep, is a living, breathing anxiety. Your behaviors, your actions, the things you say, the compulsions you have, the vices you are bound to, the thoughts that you experience, the desires, the hard work, the striving, even your so-called intelligence are all manifestations of anxiety. Your entire life, from its smallest to its largest parts, is one tightly wound ball of anxiety. And it is so close to you that you have come to imbibe it as yourself, as a part of your personality, as a part of your fundamental nature, as the you have always known. The rush to get to work on time is your anxiety. The rush to get the kids ready for school is your anxiety. The obsession of getting the kids to bed at night so that they may get to school on time the following morning is your anxiety. The compulsion to do a good job at work is your anxiety. The need to progress and succeed and accomplish is your anxiety. The thinking about yesterday's lunch as you eat today's dinner is your anxiety. The searching for your keys, the dirty dishes in the sink, the tires that need to be replaced, the amount that you need to tip the waiter, the parking spot you hope for, the waiting for the light to turn green, the choosing of the funds for the 401k, the speed of your Wi-Fi, the inbox that allows a spam message, the light stain on the shirt, the tardiness of the landscaper, the dip in the stock market, the thought of being promoted, the frame that never seems to hang straight on the wall, the anticipation of a thunderstorm, the neighbor's dog which keeps intruding into your backyard, the water drops on the mirror, the length of your hair, are all your anxieties. The question is not what makes you anxious. The question is what doesn't. The question is not when are you anxious. The question is when are you not. It is so insidious, so normal appearing, that you don't even notice it. And the fact that everyone around you also experiences the same thing reinforces its normality. The majority of people who hear this discourse will say, "But the things that you mentioned are a normal part of life." I simply could not disagree more. Allow me to explain. Must you change the car tires? Yes. Must you brush your teeth? Yes. Must you get the kids to bed and to school? Yes. Must you search for your car keys? Yes. Must you address low internet speeds? Yes. The point is not that one ignore the chores and the activities and ambitions for success. That is not the point at all. Of course, one needs to address all of the domestic elements of one's life. But let me ask you a question, and I request an honest answer from you. When you are doing these things, do you feel calm, relaxed, joyful, blissful, equanimous? You see, the experience of your life, the flavor that you taste, the coolness or warmth on your skin is not the result of what you do. The experience of your life is a function of how you feel when you do it. And understand this clearly. Anxiety will absolutely make a man die sooner. The most arduous life, lived in poverty, may not affect the man who holds it at arm's length. The most luxurious life, filled with accomplishments and riches, may completely bind a man who holds it close. And the latter is absolutely the case, as I can attest to this from my work with clients. Man never knows peace. He never knows freedom. He is always running and searching and hoping and striving. You will naturally hear this and believe that I'm telling you to be peaceful and free. I assure you I am not. Nor am I admonishing you for being anxious. I am simply here to lay out the facts and provide you with a reason why. What a man does is his business. I am not a preacher or a well-wisher or a motivator or a psychologist. I wish to offer you no prescriptions or bring you to my way of thinking. I have no potions, no light blue pills, or even a word of encouragement. For experience has taught me that advice is utterly useless. For man does not do what he should, he does what he feels. I will state quite frankly that greater than 99% of the people on this earth will die having never escaped their anxieties. This has always been so. They will die never having known peace. They will die never having known freedom. They will die never having lived. And I will also state with almost complete certainty that you will be among them, for the odds are simply not in your favor or mine. You may go to your psychologists and request Xanax, or ingest your favorite substances, or read self-help books, or join a commune, and these things will not make a dime-sized dent in your ability to experience the nectar of your life. The only thing that has a chance is the only thing that has ever offered a chance, and that is the unadulterated, dispassionate, unadorned, unflinching truth. What is this truth? What is the reason that your entire existence is an exercise in anxiety? Your level of understanding of one particular thing makes it imminent and inevitable that your life is anxiety personified. What is that thing? Your understanding of who you fundamentally are. Here is the truth put plainly. The man who is convinced that his body and his mind are him is doomed to a life of anxiety. It cannot be otherwise. I'm not asking you to adopt this theory. This is the truth. Verify it with your own experience. For the body is a man's clothing which he sheds at death, and the mind is an anxious, desiring machine. And if you live as a desiring, anxious machine, what else can you be but anxious? You have been told that the mind is the most powerful force in the world. This is correct. And because you live as the mind, this force controls your entire life. But if you understand who you fundamentally are, the body and the mind become your servants and not your master. If you are not the body or the mind, then who are you? You are that presence who recognizes that you are anxious. You are the presence who recognizes that he has a body and a mind. You are that presence who recognizes that there is a you. To live a life completely free of anxiety. Now this is a life worth living.